Have you ever felt like life is just one big unfair mess? One minute you're a beloved son, the next you're at the bottom of a pit. This is the story of Joseph, a tale of dreams, jealousy, and incredible forgiveness that shows how even the worst situations can be part of a much bigger, beautiful plan. It all starts in the sunny fields of Canaan. Joseph, a bright-eyed 17-year-old, is the favorite of his father, Jacob. To show his affection, Jacob gives him a stunning, colorful robe. While Joseph is thrilled, his 10 older brothers are not. Their faces twist with jealousy, and that envy only grows when Joseph shares 2 strange dreams. In one, their sheaves of grain bow down to his. In another, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bow to him. To his brothers, this sounds like a prediction that they would one day bow before him, and they can't stand it. One day, Jacob sends Joseph to check on his brothers, who are tending flocks far from home. Seeing him approach from a distance, wearing that hated robe, their jealousy boils over into a wicked plan. They seize him, tear off his beautiful coat, and throw him into a dry, empty pit, ignoring his pleas for mercy. Their cruelty doesn't stop there. When a caravan of traders heading to Egypt passes by, they pull Joseph out of the pit and sell him as a slave for 20 pieces of silver. To cover their tracks, they dip Joseph's robe in goat's blood and present it to their father, Jacob. Believing a wild animal has killed his beloved son, Jacob is consumed by grief, tearing his clothes and mourning for days on end. He has no idea that his favorite son is still alive, being led away in chains to a foreign land. Meanwhile, Joseph arrives in Egypt and is sold to Potiphar, the captain of Pharaoh's guard. Even as a slave, Joseph works hard and trusts in God. Potiphar sees that everything Joseph touches prospers, so he puts him in charge of his entire household. Joseph, now a respected manager, runs the estate with wisdom and integrity, but his success attracts unwanted attention. Potiphar's wife tries to tempt him, and when he refuses her, she flies into a rage. She falsely accuses him, and Potiphar, believing her lies, has Joseph thrown into the royal prison. Back in a dark cell, it seems like Joseph has hit rock bottom once again. But even in prison, God is with him. The prison warden sees Joseph's character and soon puts him in charge of all the other prisoners. While there, Joseph meets 2 of Pharaoh's former servants, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker. Both have troubling dreams they can't understand. Joseph, with God's help, interprets their dreams. He tells the cupbearer he will be restored to his position in 3 days, and he tells the baker he will be executed. Everything happens exactly as Joseph predicted. Before the cupbearer leaves, Joseph asks him to remember him and mention him to Pharaoh. But once he's free, the cupbearer forgets all about the young man in the prison. 2 long years pass. Then Pharaoh himself has 2 disturbing dreams. In the first, 7 healthy fat cows are eaten by 7 ugly thin cows. In the second, 7 full heads of grain are devoured by 7 thin, withered heads. Pharaoh is deeply troubled and calls for all the wise men and magicians of Egypt, but no one can interpret the dreams. It is only then that the cupbearer remembers Joseph. Joseph is quickly brought from the prison, cleaned up, and taken before the most powerful man in the world. Pharaoh tells him the dreams. With humility, Joseph explains that God is revealing what he is about to do. The 7 fat cows and full heads of grain represent 7 years of abundant harvest, which will be followed by 7 years of severe famine, represented by the thin cows and withered grain. Joseph advises Pharaoh to appoint a wise man to collect and store grain during the years of plenty to prepare for the famine. Pharaoh is so impressed with Joseph's wisdom that he says, "Since God has shown you all this, there is no one so discerning and wise as you." In a breathtaking moment, Pharaoh places his own signet ring on Joseph's finger, dresses him in fine linen robes, and puts a gold chain around his neck. The boy who was sold as a slave is now appointed the second most powerful ruler in all of Egypt, in charge of saving the nation. For the next 7 years, Joseph oversees the gathering of enormous amounts of grain, storing it in cities across the land. The harvest is so great they stop trying to measure it. Then, just as predicted, the 7 years of plenty end, and a devastating famine begins. It grips not only Egypt, but all the surrounding lands, including Canaan, where Joseph's family lives. Back in Canaan, Jacob and his sons are running out of food. Hearing there is grain in Egypt, Jacob sends his 10 older sons to buy some, keeping only his youngest Benjamin at home. The brothers travel the long, dusty road to Egypt. When they arrive, they are brought before the powerful Egyptian governor to request grain. They bow low before him, their faces to the ground, completely unaware that the man they are bowing to is the very brother they sold into slavery 2 decades earlier. Joseph recognizes them immediately, but he keeps his identity a secret. He decides to test them to see if their hearts have changed. He speaks harshly to them, accusing them of being spies. To prove their story, he demands they bring their youngest brother, Benjamin, to him. He keeps one brother, Simeon, as a hostage and sends the others home with grain. Their father, Jacob, is horrified at the thought of losing another son and initially refuses to let Benjamin go. But as the famine worsens and their food runs out, he has no choice. With heavy hearts, the brothers return to Egypt, this time with Benjamin. Joseph is overjoyed to see his younger brother, but he continues his test. He hosts a feast for them, seating them in order of their age, which puzzles them. Then he has his own silver cup secretly placed in Benjamin's sack of grain. The next morning, as they are leaving the city, Joseph's guards overtake them and find the cup. The brothers are terrified, tearing their clothes in despair. They are all brought back to Joseph, who declares that Benjamin must stay behind as his slave. But this time the brothers are different. Judah steps forward and offers to take Benjamin's place, explaining that their father would die of grief if they returned without his youngest son. Seeing their genuine remorse and love for their brother and father, Joseph can no longer control his emotions. He sends all his Egyptian attendants out of the room. Then, weeping loudly, he turns to his stunned brothers and says, "I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?" The brothers are frozen in shock and fear, but Joseph speaks kindly to them. "Do not be distressed," he says. "It was not you who sent me here, but God. He sent me ahead of you to save lives." In that powerful moment, all the pain and betrayal melts away, replaced by grace. Joseph embraces each of his brothers, weeping with joy. He has completely forgiven them. He understands that what they meant for evil, God had used for an incredible good, to save their entire family and countless others from the famine. Word of the reunion reaches Pharaoh, who is delighted. He invites Joseph's entire family to come and live in Egypt, in the best part of the land. The brothers rush back to Canaan to tell their father the unbelievable news. At first, Jacob can't believe it, but when he sees the wagons Pharaoh sent, his spirit revives. The entire family, 70 people in all, travel to Egypt and are joyfully reunited with Joseph. They settle in the land of Goshen, where they thrive and grow into a great nation. The story of Joseph reminds us that even when we face betrayal and hardship, we can trust that there is a purpose. With faith, patience, and a heart ready to forgive, we can see how even the most broken pieces of our lives can be put together to create a beautiful masterpiece. Thanks so much for watching with us today. If this story touched your heart, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. We'll see you next time.